Well, that was a fire sale. I can't even be angry at this game even though the Hawks lost. Holy cow. A total of 13 goals tonight. And honestly, goaltending was not alive tonight. Holy crap. I'm going to get to one of these celebrations that you don't do in the frickin' Madhouse on Madison, Austin Matthews. But I'm going over all the goals. I'm not going to say the assists because that's a lot to talk about. Okay, well, the Maple Leafs won in overtime 7-6 over Chicago. But honestly, the Hawks had no quit in this game. They came out in the third period ticked. They looked like they wanted to win the game, especially in the last 5 minutes of play. But I'm going through all the goals that happened. Jonathan Toews starts the scoring out 9 minutes into the game with his 5th goal of the season. Then 12 minutes and 2 seconds later, 12 minutes and 2 seconds into the game, Alex DeBrincat on a brilliant tic-tac goal. It was just a thing of beauty, that goal, how it was set up. Then Kasperi Kapanen on a breakaway scored 2 and bring it within 2-1. Then Austin Matthews scored his 4th of the season. And I will say who assisted, Kapanen, who scored that made it a tied game. To go into the second period, John Tavares scored his 2nd of the season, and that was 3 minutes 56 seconds into the game. Then 5:37 into the second period, John Hayden squeaked one past Garrett Sparks to make it a tied game again at 3-3. Then John Tavares with his 2nd goal of the night, 3rd of the season, made it a 4-3 game. Then in the third period, 2 minutes and 20 seconds in, who had a great game today, Eddie Olczyk was talking about how he's been playing this entire night, and he was playing a strong game. Brandon Manning snipes one, and it made it a tied game to bring it at 4-4. Then John Tavares at 9:29 in the third period got his hat trick to make it his 4th goal of the season. But at 18:36, Patrick Kane ties the game with an empty net for the Hawks, and he sniped it. He absolutely sniped it. But literally 20 seconds from the Hawks tying the goal, Austin Matthews did this bullshit and the game. I'm sorry I cussed because that just ticked me off when he did that. Because at that point the UC was electric. You don't go and do that if you in the United Center if you haven't proven anything in the playoffs, Matthews. Oh my god. Then at 19:39 in the third period, Patrick Kane just came out and sniped it, tied it at 6-6, and did the same thing that Matthews did. Basically saying the big screw you to Matthews when you don't come to into our madhouse and do that crap. You could do it in the Scotia Bank Arena or whatever the heck it's called anymore up in Toronto, but can't do this in the madhouse. And Hawks force overtime. Then Morgan Riley ends it in overtime about 19 seconds into overtime. Well, Hawks still come out with a point. They are currently 2-0-1, which isn't bad. Maple Leafs are two, are one are I believe 2-1. They're so, or 2-1, yeah. But honestly, Cam Ward and Garrick Sparks both look like all-star goalies, just letting in goals in left and right, because goalies in all-star games just suck in general. So this was just an absolute fire sale. But I have to talk about, I'm not going to talk about the game anymore. I'm going to talk about the tribute the Hawks did to Stan Mikita. It was it was a great tribute that the Blackhawks put on for Stosh and his family. The Hawks brought out the Mikita family. They had Bobby Hall, Tony Esposito, Dennis Savard, and Chris Chelios also all come out, and they were all wearing Stan Mikita jerseys. The video was a great tribute to Stosh because it showed how he was as a father to his children, how he was as a player. It was a great tribute. Pat Foley was doing the announcing of during the tribute on how bringing out his family and stuff. It was just I honestly feel like that was the great way to put, basically have for Stan Mikita. Stosh, it forever is a Blackhawk. Stan Mikita will never be forgotten in memories of the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, it was just a great way to put towards tributing the greatest Blackhawk to ever play. It actually, to be honest, that I kind of got choked up watching it when I honestly never got to see Stan Mikita play because I was not born yet, but I felt choked up because honestly Stan Mikita meant so much to the Blackhawks organization, and it's a shame to see him gone. But so I'm not even angry that the Hawks lost. This game, with it being Stan Mikita night and it was being just a fire sale for goals, it was just a fun game to watch. So, please leave a comment down below what's your thoughts on this game because of the fire sale, or how you thought the Hawks actually did the tribute, on your thoughts on the Stan Mikita tribute. And I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I know you didn't probably enjoy the outcome of the game, but leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But most of all, let's go Hawks.